Hi, I'm Father Robert Pace, Rector of Trinity Episcopal Church, Fort Worth. Today we're giving an update on our Building God's Vision of Love Stewardship Campaign. Let's see who we're talking to today. Hi, Tony. It's so good to see you. Wonderful to kind of touch base. Today we're going to talk about our Building God's Vision of Love Stewardship Campaign. I have several different questions for you, but one of the ones I'd like to start with is we had our official ingathering for the commitment cards, the pledge cards, on November 8th. We blessed the cards, and we're so grateful for the number of people who had made the commitment by November 8th. But one of the questions that I have is, this doesn't mean that the Building God's Vision of Love campaign is over, right? I mean, historically, many people send in their commitment cards after that early November period. Isn't that correct?
Yes, actually, that is correct. Every year we have, during the month of November and December, and sometimes even in early January, we continue to receive cards from our parishioners for pledges. And we encourage everyone to please make sure to send in your card if you haven't already done so. You can do that online, and you can also send in your card, or if you don't have a card, you can call the church office and ask that one be mailed to you so that you can mail it in with your pledge.
Thank you. That's really helpful to know, because I think sometimes people, they forget, or they're really prayerfully considering what they want to give, and they worry that they've missed a deadline or something after we've done the blessing, and that's certainly not the case. One of the other questions is our treasurer, and you're so involved, and I'm so grateful for your work as our treasurer for the church. What exactly are the parish needs regarding these commitments, regarding the pledges, from a budget standpoint?
We are aiming for at least the same amount of pledges that we received in 2020, and that was $650,000. That will help us try to balance our budget for 2021. As you probably know, we have some additional expenses related to the budget for AV and other items, and the $650,000 is probably the minimum that we would like to get in pledges this year again.
That's really helpful to know as well. I love the idea that we're also being very transparent about what our needs are, and particularly in this COVID year, it's hard to kind of know exactly how things are going. But I think the faithfulness of our people has been really wonderful, as people have given so thoroughly and faithfully throughout this year, and going into next year, we'll be doing the same. Another question that I have for you is, where are we exactly here at the beginning of December with this Building God's Vision of Love campaign? As you and I talked the day before yesterday, you said that we were somewhere around 3/4 of the way toward that goal. But we hadn't reached it. We don't have the total number of people who have made that financial commitment, that pledge, as we did last year. So where are we exactly in the stewardship campaign?
Yes, at this point in time, we're about 3/4, actually, in both trying to reach the $650,000. So we've received 511. So we're 139 short. And then we're also looking to add another 39 pledge units to our campaign. Last year, we had close to 160 pledging units, families. And this year, we are at this point in time only at 120. So we're looking forward to get the other 40 as soon as possible. And the sooner that we can get that in, the better it is for us, so that we have a good feel on how we can be building the budget for 2021. Based on the chart that you have on the screen now, as you can see, we are looking to add units at every level. When we compare our 2021 results so far versus our 2020, as you can see, there are a shortage of units, pledging units, families that we're looking to add in every range almost.
Well, Tony, what would be kind of your closing advice? Where do we go from here with our Building God's Vision of Love Stewardship Campaign?
I encourage everyone to participate. I encourage every parishioner to fill out a pledge card, go online, and let us know what your commitment is, what our expectations can be for 2021. I also would like to say that if you've already pledged and you feel that you can up that pledge, you can increase that pledge, we would love to have that as well. You can, again, call the church office and we'll send you another card, or you can go online and change your pledge. But what we need is to have, as soon as possible, parishioners come in and let us know what their pledge is going to be for next year. So that will help us build a budget for Trinity for 2021.
Well, thank you, Tony. This has been very informative. And one of the things that I think is so important about this always is that what we're doing as we do this stewardship is we are stewards of what God has already given us. And we are doing this in a way that we can be giving back to God and giving back to those who are most in need. We are doing this to build the ministries of this parish, and we're doing this in a way in this most critical time in our society, and we're doing it in a way that we can build a vision of God's love in creative ways and do it in a way that helps us to be the church. And I'm very grateful to you because you have really helped us be faithful stewards throughout this very critical time. 2020 has been an incredibly difficult year, emotionally, spiritually, financially. But one of the things that we can do is to support one another by financially contributing to this Building God's Vision of Love campaign.
For more information, visit fortworthtrinity.org or call the number at the bottom of your screen.
And now I wish you God's blessing and say goodbye to you in this Advent season.